Good evening, Rocket League fans. It is your boy Rydog of Timbers Army in the booth tonight. We have our final match of the championship match day 2 between Frontera SD Azul of San Diego FC, recent winners of the West. Congrats to them. Unfortunately, over my team, versus Steel Army of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds of USL, which I got to see live last week with their team there. So that was super fun. But that's enough about me. Of course, we've got Maz behind the scenes pulling the strings, of course. But should be a super fun match tonight. Let's take a look at those team comparisons. I know we've only had 1 week so far in our championship, but let's just take a look at what we've got here. Of course, both teams did win their week 1 matches, and of course Azul with the sweep and Steel Army getting it done in 4. And so both of these teams are very familiar, or somewhat familiar, for if you are an SGL veteran. Azul over there on the blue side is going to be Doughboy, the maker of these lovely, lovely graphics. So, of course, shout out Doughboy. Dr. Aquatic, and I already forget, Mr. Divine Waffle is also on that team. Is it? Oh, and Kima. Got it. So, Dr. Aquatic, Kima, Divine Waffle, Doughboy over there on the blue side. And, of course, on the orange side of Steel Army, we do have Bear Blitz, Raisin Boy, and Red 4. So, super, super exciting. Those are, of course, some names that you guys have heard over the course of the seasons. If you are an SGL veteran. And so we are almost getting ready here. We're going to kick off here at the top of the hour. Let us know your predictions in chat, who you guys have for this one. If I had to guess, my guess, gosh, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm going with Steel Army because I met them all in person and they're all nice people. Not to say that San Diego is not, but that's just my basis of opinion. So there we go. I'm going to go Steel Army and let's say 5. Let's say 5. I think it's going to be a really good match between these two teams. Yeah, get your predictions in chat and let us know what you think. Maz says San Diego in 5. Yeah, so it could be a coin toss. We'll see. These are definitely going to be 2 of the top teams in that championship division. Let's quickly go over the schedule for week 2, Maz, if we can bring that up. Perfect, just to kind of see what's going on across the league. Of course, we've got the Premier on the left-hand side and the championship on the right. Just a quick overview of the Premier. Chrome getting it done over EM30. Chrome has looked very, very good. Of course, they are atop of the league right now, going 2-0. KC Cauldron in Game 5 against ECRC. I know those two teams, let's say, I don't want to say hate each other, but there's definitely a little rivalry brewing there between those two squads, and KC on top getting those extra points there. And then earlier today, we did have Las Cinco Doce of Austin FC taking Game 1. It ended up being very, very close at the end, but put 6 past Timbers Army, but Timbers Army bounced back and won 3 straight there to close out that series. And we still don't know anything about the Sounders RC and EM Dallas Burn series there on the left. And then quickly on the right, Rebellion was in the Premiership last year, bouncing down to the championship, but taking care of EC Defiance, which of course we've always talked about them being an up-and-coming roster. So very good job for a very good result for a Rebellion side there. And Axon Rose, big congrats to Axon Rose getting their first SGL series victory in emphatic fashion, 3-0 over Los Verdes. So big shout outs to them. And of course we do have our that final match there on the right, FSD Azul and Steel Army, happening right about now. So very exciting time for SGL. We are gearing up for another awesome season. Season 10. We've been doing this for a long time. I guess I should say Maz has been doing this for a long time. And so we're going to get ready to go here. I will wait for Maz to give me the okay. I'm at one screen, so I'm trying to balance everything. But we are going to get ready for kickoff here very shortly. And yeah, so let us know who you think is going to win. know I've already said it, but keep us posted. Let's see. As we get our teams into the lobby here, I'm going to hit spectate and not auto. And here we go. Game 1, San Diego Pittsburgh Riverhounds is underway. And of course, Steel Army, top 2 in last year's competition in the championship, while the San Diego boys have actually split up their teams as Debit rings the post and Bear Blitz is there to finish it off. It's going to be a quick start for the Steel Army boys. Debit going for a double tap. Just doesn't get his car around enough, but luckily Bear Blitz is right there to tap it home, and it's going to be 1-0 to the orange side. Really wanted Debit to hit that, but that is okay as we restart again from kickoff. And just a fun fact, if you are new to us here in SGL, Steel Army, just a band of brothers. Debit, Raisin Boy, and, or I guess Red 4, excuse me, Red 4, Bear Blitz, and Debit are all brothers. As we see Bear Blitz, can he feed Debit this time? He can. So the two brothers on the roster today combining for the first 2 goals. It was Debit to Bear Blitz the first time, and now it's Bear Blitz to Debit the second time as they double their advantage. So I'm getting latency variations. Thank you, Xfinity. But here we go. Raisin Boy once again on the attack. It's unrelenting from the orange side as Debit's going to pick up mid boost and go to the wall. Here comes Define Waffle, the new addition to the San Diego rosters. Dr. Aquatic gets a huge win, but unfortunately he's not in his famous skyline, so it doesn't go in. This Bear Blitz is going to get one into the middle. Here comes Debit. It's going to be a demo from KJ, and his... it's good to know that he hasn't changed his horse engine at all, but he's going to have to change something as Raisin Boy continues the offensive prowess for Steel Army, getting a third. Just over a minute and 15, or just about 1 minute and 15 seconds gone. Let's see if the blue side can get any offense going. Debit challenges in the midfield. Doughboy is going to pop this up. Here comes Aquatic. A team bump in net. That's going to be super awkward, but Dr. Aquatic doesn't get the hit he wants. Raisin Boy with no boost is going to dribble it up past one. And he's going to take the midfield boost. Can Raisin Boy pass this out? It was a flying Bear Blitz. As Debit gets demolished. That's the third man. Raisin Boy has to get a touch here and can't. Dr. Aquatic gets the San Diego boys on the board with 3:20 left. Plenty of time in game 1. That was another key demo, and Raisin Boy and Bear Blitz just couldn't quite get the ball out, as we love the slow-mo post noises. Thank you, Epic Games, for that. We see another quick kickoff from San Diego. They're back in the orange half. Bear Blitz, not the touch he wants. It's going to cause Raisin Boy to have to dive at it. Debit in the Fennec, going from midfield, but way too heavy touch in the end. Doughboy equal to the task. This ball just floating around in the blue half. Debit, can he get there? Dr. Aquatic and Debit go for a 50 in the corner. This ball's just going to squirt out to the right side. Here goes Bear Blitz. Bear Blitz up. Does not get the... Gets a double off the ceiling as Raisin Boy's going to finish that play up, but nothing doing on the score sheet this time. As Debit goes up. Can Dr. Aquatic meet him? No. Debit, can he get the double? No, and Raisin Boy just flies by the ball. Gets contact, but it's going to be one he's going to want to have back, and does get it back. It's Bear Blitz over to Raisin Boy. And that is going to be the 3-goal lead restored for Steel Army. That is a funky Fennec from Debit. I did not expect him to be in the Fennec, Maz. That's a good shout, good shout. But yes, absolutely. Plenty of time for a comeback if you are a San Diego fan. Doughboy in his lovely horse engine tries to play this onwards. Can he get another touch? No, it's going to cause Raisin Boy some issues here. Dr. Aquatic going to play it around the side. Gets it by the last Steel Army defender, but nobody there to tap it home. To see Raisin Boy getting it by the last defender of Dr. Aquatic. is going to be there this time. Ball has been majority in the blue half of the field. It's very good pressure from Steel Army. As we see Waffle playing it over to the side. Raisin Boy is going to follow his own touch. Raisin Boy with a hat trick in game 1. And it's 5-1 to the Pittsburgh Riverhound supporters. I was just checking here to see what server we're on, because we do have a West versus East matchup. This is a home game for San Diego, so definitely maybe not what you're expecting if you are from San Diego. Doughboys, can he get this one on target? No. Raisin Boy is there. Waffle's going to keep this in off the backboard. It's going to cause some mayhem, but Bear Blitz is going to get it over Doughboy, and that's going to kill that attack. Just over a minute left in game 1. I'm still getting latency variations because I love Xfinity. Bear Blitz 50s it over to the side. Debit's just going to play this up. It's going to be Waffle there to intervene. Bear Blitz over to the left side. Dr. Aquatic gets it over Raisin Boy. Can he find somebody in the middle? Yes, Waffle is there. Can he get there? No, it's just hovering over the crossbar. Never really saw the goal mouth. As Debit gets it by 1. Can he get it by 2? Not quite. Aquatic, big, long touch. But no trouble for Raisin Boy. Waffle, that shot looks good. Debit over to the side. And now we start to see the San Diego offense come to life with 30 seconds left in this game 1. Raisin Boy, big clearance down the side. Finds Bear Blitz to the middle. Nobody's there. Waffle's just going to play it right back to Bear Blitz, but get bumped out of the way. Oh no, that net is open. Unless Dr. Aquatic can get there, he can. Saves this from being a 5-goal game. It still might be. Raisin Boy over to Bear Blitz. That's a great challenge from Azul. But I think that is going to be it for game number 1. Steel Army come out, the away team, higher ping, all of those fun things. And they are going to get the victory. As is there going to be a consolation goal for San Diego? Not quite. 5-1 the score in game 1. Huge game from Raisin Boy. 3 goals, 2 saves on 4 shots. And of course, Bear Blitz opened up the scoring for them after getting a pass from Debit. He also has a very well-rounded score, 1-2-2 and 2 there on your screen. But I think if you're an Azul fan, you got some hope in that last minute there. They were putting on some attacks. They just need to work on the finishing piece of it. But they did apply some pressure there towards the end of that game 1, and we are going to have a sub for Steel Army. It's going to be Red 4, brother for brother sub. Red 4 coming in for Senior Debit. So we'll see if that changes Steel Army in any way, shape, or form. But what a performance from the duo of Raisin Boy and Bear Blitz. Very strong opening to this series. And if they can continue to play like that, this might be a quick series. Get your predictions in chat for game 2. What do we think? We think San Diego's coming back, or do you think Steel Army is going to apply the pressure and put themselves on match point? Here comes Raisin Boy once again. The ball in the blue half. Bear Blitz gets saved out by Doughboy, and wasting no time to getting the shots there for Steel Army. Red 4's first introduction into the game is a 50 in the midfield. But nothing doing so far. Bear Blitz going up high. As Red 4 is going to be there. That shot just wide. It's going to be played out by San Diego. Aquatic going to hit this over to the side, but a little bit of chaos right now in the San Diego half. Red 4 is going to play this up. No ceiling. Bear Blitz is there. Small triple commit, though, is going to leave the net open for Raisin Boy. And Raisin Boy continuing his offensive prowess from game 1 is going to open the scoring in game number 2. What a start if you are a Steel Army fan. And if you are a fan of San Diego, you are wondering how can this team get back into it. Aquatic to himself off the corner. It's going to be a 50 with Bear Blitz. Bear Blitz has absolutely leveled up in this offseason, at least to me, so far. I've seen 1 1/4 games, and I think he's absolutely leveled up his play. And maybe it's the Rydog buff. Maybe when he got to meet me, in person at the Steel Army game last week, maybe he just got some Rydog vibes in there. So good for Bear Blitz and good for Steel Army as Red 4 is going to clear this out. Aquatic's going to try and hit it to himself, but Red 4 is there. Raisin Boy doesn't quite get there. We'll call it a fake, but Waffle is there for San Diego. We haven't really heard too much of Mr. Waffle. Kind of just doing what he needs to do in the back at times. As that 50 is going to go in the way of San Diego as they clear out. Get ready for another attack, but Raisin Boy Demo is going to stall things for now. Aquatic, that one's going to be on target. It's going to cause Bear Blitz to be in an awkward situation, and Dr. Aquatic levels the score for San Diego. Raisin Boy tried to play it to himself. Dr. Aquatic says, I got my pitching wedge out. I'm just going to chip the goalie. And there we go. San Diego on the board in game 2. See this ball awkward for Raisin Boy. And as that Doughboy's just going to follow this up. This was right off the kickoff. The ball was just kind of hanging out in the midfield. It was Waffle this time, just playing it up. We'll give him a pseudo assist. The game didn't give him an assist, but we'll give him an assist for keeping the play alive. And it's going to be the first lead of the series for San Diego. See if they can get some momentum now in this series. A little bit of miscommunication there from Steel Army. Is that going to bite them? Bear Blitz has to get a touch here and does over Waffle. Raisin Boy, no boost to the sky. He's actually not going to jump for this. Very, very smart. Bear Blitz went hunting but didn't quite get anybody, and Waffle there to clear the immediate danger. Aquatic Doughboy, we'll call it a fake. That fakes out Bear Blitz. Waffle this time, but Red 4 is sitting on the goal line just waiting. As Waffle, can he turn on this? He can, but he doesn't get the touch. It's a great vision for Dr. Aquatic, but nothing doing this time as Doughboy's a little bit awkward here. He's going to try and play it to himself in the corner, but Raisin Boy is there. Can we see Steel Army trying to keep that pressure that they were doing in game 1? But right now, it is all San Diego. As this ball is spending more and more time in the orange half. Raisin Boy, and couldn't tell who that was. Was that Mr. Waffle? It might have been. Saving a shot there from Steel Army. Waffle and Bear Blitz, big 50 in the midfield. Bear Blitz gets another touch. That's by 1. It's going to be cleared away. Can Waffle get to this? No, he cannot. Doughboy comes in with a demo on Red 4. Very, very awkward, though, for San Diego. And that's going to be a huge save from Doughboy and a huge flick from Dr. Aquatic. Keeping the score 2-1 with just over a minute left. Doughboy, another demo on Bear Blitz. And no, not quite a boost steal. Bear Blitz is going to try and play this and keep this together. No, it's not going to happen. Double commit from Steel Army. Raisin Boy needs to get a clearance and does. Nobody challenges Raisin Boy off the backboard, and that's a free ball for Bear Blitz. And this game 2 is tied at 2. Was waiting for a challenge there from Waffle. I think he was waiting for the call from Doughboy, and that just allowed Raisin Boy to kind of just hit the ball wherever he wanted. And Bear Blitz says, thank you very much. I am ready for your pass. Aquatic, though, wins the kickoff. Bear Blitz, can he get up there? He can. It's going to be a miss from Waffle. That's off the post. And Doughboy to safety. But here comes Waffle. Can he be the hero? No, that one's just wide. Right now, once again, San Diego's putting on all the pressure. That is a really good clearance from Steel Army. Goes right to Bear Blitz. What can Bear Blitz do with a Hunter boost? Plays it off the backboard. Can Aquatic read this? No, Raisin Boy. Shot goes wide. Red 4 keeps it in. Can he play it to Bear Blitz? Bear Blitz is there! The brotherly connection. Red 4 to Bear Blitz. And it's 3-2 with 11 seconds. What a pass and what a shot from Steel Army. After San Diego had all of the pressure in game number 2, can they steal it now? No. This ball is going to be on the orange half. That's still up. Steel Army have to kill this ball, and they do. Steel Army, pun intended, steal game 2. What looked to be a fairly comfortable game 2 for San Diego. It's that one missed challenge from Waffle that led to Raisin Boy just playing in Bear Blitz. And then the final goal. What a pass and what a finish. With 10 seconds left. Ice in the veins. Ice in the veins. But that game, if you are a San Diego fan, there's hope after that game. That was a much better game, a much cleaner game, lots of more shots on the offensive end. I still think Steel Army maybe are the better team on paper overall, but that was a lot better. And if they can just kind of convert on some of these chances, they can get right back in this series. As we are missing one of the Steel Army members, so we're gonna get that figured out. But once again, it is the duo of Raisin Boy and Bear Blitz lighting up the score sheet for Steel Army. So that is a duo to watch out. Not that it's a surprise, but it is a duo to watch out for in this game 3 and of course over the course of the SGL season. As we go game 3, match point for Steel Army. Can San Diego get a point and get a game at least? And it's going to be Debit back in for Red 4 as Dr. Aquatic can't quite get the double tap there. But good early pressure from the boys in blue. Waffle, can he get a touch? No, that goes just under his car. That is going to be a little bit of a boost steal from San Diego. Bear Blitz from Debit. No, nobody makes contact. Boy did have to respect it and get up as we see a little bit of a logjam in the midfield. Dr. Aquatic going to try and keep this low and win at 50 because there's not a lot of boost on the field. Raisin Boy gets that boost and gets a weird pinch out in the middle. Here comes Bear Blitz. That's going to be cleared away by Dr. Aquatic. And a big 50 from Dr. Aquatic allows San Diego to reset just a little bit. Here comes Waffle on the right side. It's going to be cleared out by Debit. It's going to be another tactical whiff, we'll call it, from Bear Blitz as Dr. Aquatic had to dodge a bump, a demo, and all sorts of other things, but does get the save to keep us at 0-0. Bear Blitz over to Raisin Boy. This duo is insane. This duo is insane. Look at this from Bear Blitz. Just knows. Raisin Boy just knows he's going to hit it near post. And once again, Raisin Boy on the score sheet in this game 3. And of course, if you are a San Diego fan, how do you respond? They responded last time. The offense looked very good. Let's see if they can continue it going. Raisin Boy with the clear. Can Doughboy get this? He can, but Bear Blitz is there. Aquatic keeping this in the orange half. That's going to be a misplay from Steel Army. Allows San Diego to still be in here. Doughboy's gonna, Raisin Boy is actually gonna leave it for Debit. Wise there. Debit's gonna try and play this. Dr. Aquatic meets him halfway. I am disconnected from the game, so I have no idea what is happening. Thank you, Xfinity. As we see a Bear Blitz goal. Sorry, a little bit delayed there. I'm still disconnected. I have no idea what's going on. But Doughboy and Bear Blitz come together for a pinch off the side. I am going to try and leave the match to see if I can get back in this game. One moment. But you guys are seeing all the action, and that is all that matters. Hopefully I don't ruin anybody's game here. But we are back in. I am going to hit spectate, and the score is still 2-0. Very, very good. Okay, Debit going up off the midfield. Can Waffle get back there? No, perfect timing from Rydog joining. Hopefully I didn't make anybody lag or anything like that. But Waffle couldn't quite get there. Beautiful touch from Debit. And it's going to be 3 to the good, just over the halfway point in game 3. Once again, Steel Army, if they win this series over, they get 4 points, and better for them is they do not let San Diego get a point. Debit's going to try and play this back. There's a double commit there from Doughboy and Aquatic. Here comes Waffle's going to play it off the side. That's a really good pass, but nobody there in blue to follow it home. Playing this. Can he get back to this? No, it's a tactical backflip. Doughboy keeps this on the what side is that? Right-hand side for San Diego. Lots of pressure. 50 out. Oh, Doughboy did not get that midfield boost. So it's just going to be a hopeful 50 for them, but Steel Army are out. What a big save off the goal line. San Diego need to get one maybe now. Would be lovely. Oh, Doughboy did not want the double touch there. Waffle was waiting in the middle for that. But an unfortunate double touch there. But here comes Dr. Aquatic. Gets it by 2, but Bear Blitz is there. Slows play down. Doughboy challenges him on the side. Not a great pass from Debit. That's going to be awkward. That's going to be off the crossbar from Waffle. And unfortunately, I think for San Diego, that has to go in. Given with how good Steel Army have been today. Debit playing this one on target. Aquatic gets there in time with a little bit of help from Doughboy. Here comes Aquatic. Can he play it down to Waffle? That we'll call it a tactical fake, but Bear Blitz clears. Is that over the last defender? It is an in. Bear Blitz gets his second. And Steel Army are running away with this game 3. Toad, I agree, man. I did not see a sweep either, but alas, here is where we are. See Waffle and Doughboy, a little bit of miscommunication there, and that might just sum up a little bit of San Diego's way. They looked really good in game 2. They just couldn't finish it out. Maybe that just shows the prowess of Steel Army, as Raisin Boy is going to add to his total. And unfortunately, there are plenty of nails in this coffin. As these last 30 seconds are a formality at this point. Steel Army are going to continue their winning ways, going 2-0 atop these championship standings, and of course that means for San Diego they're going to drop down to 1-1. It is still very, very early in the season. A lot can still happen. We still don't know where a lot of these teams are really. This could just be a fluke result. This Waffle is going to score with 1 second left to get some hope there for San Diego. 1 for the road. Actually a really good shot. But that is going to do it. Congrats to Steel Army on the 3-0 sweep in San Diego. Fortunately, but unfortunately, as Waffle's going to get a second. Not sure how that didn't bounce down, but nonetheless, what a shot from Waffle. I wish we would have seen that earlier in the series. But that is going to do it for our series. Congrats, Steel Army, 3-0 sweep. Looking very, very good. And unfortunately, unlike their IRL team counterparts, San Diego's not able to get it done on the Rocket League field today. But yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Yeah, Raisin Boy and Bear Blitz, man. That is a scary, scary duo, especially when you're not even talking about Debit, who's usually the one that we always talk about. And so, unbelievable performance there. And it's not like Debit had a bad game either. 314 points, that's solid. It's just Bear Blitz and Raisin Boy, just that, wow, unbelievable. And Waffle, of course, getting the 2 goals there at the end, but hopefully that can give Waffle some confidence going into the latter series of this season by scoring some goals there at the end of game 3. Well, not sure what else to say. Chat, how we feeling? Yes, it was 5-0 with 2 seconds left, Red 4. It was, yeah. Waffle cleaning up on aisle 4. For sure. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure. Wish we had a little bit more Rocket League to cast, but that's all right. That's all right. We are going to see if we have any interviews from any of our players today. I think we're gonna have one from Senior Debit, and we will keep you posted on if there are any others. But yeah, we're gonna get Debit in here hopefully here in a second. We are gonna have one from Doughboy as well from San Diego. So good, we got one of each. That'll be great. We can debrief a little bit. But chat, how we feeling? 3-0 sweep. Steel Army joined by the Debit to my credit, Mr. Debit. How are you doing, sir? Congrats on the 3-0 sweep.
Dude, yeah, it's good to be here. Thanks for having me. Yeah, Bear Blitz's controller just wanted to die, and then he said, "Yeah, no, can't do the interview on a dead controller." No, we're doing great. That felt great. Bear and Raisin wanted to just take over, and then I felt like I was a pedestrian, and so did Red 4, and we just let them take care of everything. So, easy night for me.
I was gonna say that's a perfect segue. Like, how does it feel to kind of sit back, relax, grab a margarita, and just kind of watch the boys work?
Yeah, we were wondering about that first off because Raisin was like, "Yo, I haven't really played much since the end of last season." And I'm like, perfect. Game 1, get you warmed up. And then he just did that. So
That's impressive.
I think he's back.
No, he never left. He can't come back when he never leaves, So, no, yeah, it's insane. I mean, yeah, him and Bear Blitz are they were an incredible duo. And I guess my next question is kind of the family aspect. Obviously, I got to meet you guys. You're all lovely people, by the way.
Thank you.
I guess, how does it feel to like play with your brothers and like I don't want to call you old because you're not old, but we're all a little bit older potentially, right? And so how do you like it when you're able to kind of connect and play games with your family?
I think that's one of the greatest aspects of it all because we all grew up playing video games and me being the runt of it all. I was trying to grind to get as good as they were, and then now it's come to the point where I don't think I ever would have pictured us all playing Rocket League together in a competition like this with people from all over the US and whatnot. So it's kind of been a little bit of a humbling experience in that aspect, but I think it's just incredible that they're still going to this day. I ask them every season. I'm like low key expecting them to be like, yeah, life's getting a bit too much. Nah, I can't do it. But then they're like, nope, ready to go. I'm like, okay, let's do it. I'm happy to keep continuing on. Um, Raisin, though you are not related by blood, you are very much family here. Do not discount that part. Raisin is definitely integral to this team as you can see from the on-field results. But just incredible that we're still going after all this time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And obviously, I think that's just what it's about, right? Is connecting, and especially with family, it's just family over everything, right? And so, no matter what that looks like by blood, not by blood, that's what it's absolutely about. Although I will say I am gonna give my MVP, not that this matters, to Bear Blitz, because I didn't get to meet Raisin Boy at the Steel Army game. So, that's that doesn't mean anything in the terms of Rocket League, but it does to me. So there you go. I guess looking at season 10 as a whole, where do you guys think you're gonna end up? Because obviously you were one of the top dogs last year with BNG Old Timers of LAFC, right? You guys were 1-2 pretty much the entire season. Uh, Similar results this season. Obviously, some teams have leveled up a little bit. I've seen it in the Premier. I'm assuming it's the same for the championship side too. Where do you see yourself falling this season?
So it's like a funny thing. Like whenever it came to the pod, I looked around and like at the results. I'm like, I could see like any of the four teams of and potentially five if EC Eternal gets it kicked off. But like, I thought it was like this Frontera team, us, Rebellion, and ECD. Um, I mean, this result was the result tonight, but who's to say the result isn't like complete opposite down the line the next time we play? Um, I'm firmly predicting like a second right now for us. If I'm being completely real, that Rebellion side, that they've just had our number. So I don't want to call anything as far as like wanting to go that high up yet, but I think we got a legit shot. We know that Rebellion team is very comparable to us in a lot of ways. It's just like depends on what kind of team you got on a given day, but I'd firmly put us at least in the top three. ECD definitely has got a couple hard hitters that if we played them again, I wouldn't be surprised if they just got better again, and then I just wasn't ready for it.
No, I think that's fair because I said it in my interview earlier today in our match of like the whole league is leveling up. And I think this is the first season I felt like that there is no free game. There is no, oh, we're playing this team. Okay, I can play blindfolded and we can still win. Like there's not any of that this season. At least that's how I feel in the Prem. I've only played one game, but just seeing the results and seeing the teams and seeing how things have played out even through 2 weeks, it's pretty incredible. Of course, shouting out my baby Timbers, Axe and Rose, right, getting a series win, right, that they've leveled up. Like it's just all over the league, and I think that's just super exciting to see. Well, we won't take up too much more of your time, Debit, but I did want to give you the floor if you've got any shout outs. Go for it.
Yeah, honestly, just shout out the team. Great result here this week. Hopefully, we can continue it next week versus Los Verdes. Love you guys. Let's keep it up. Also, last home game upcoming. Maybe we'll get a home playoff game. So, shout out the boys for the 3-0 win in Monterey yesterday. That was absolutely huge. So, yeah, let's get it this upcoming weekend. One last ride. Also, shout out you guys for production and commentary as well. I cannot forget that.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, one last home game. That'll be it's fun time. If you are in the Pittsburgh area, go to a game because they're fun. And that's coming from somebody who lives on the other side of the U.S. So, but yeah, Debit, thanks for joining. Congrats on the 3-0 win. And we'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. See ya.
That was Senior Debit from Steel Army. Yeah, that's what it's all about, right? And if you are an SGL veteran, you've probably heard it so many times about the whole family aspect and connecting and stuff. But that's what soccer is, right? We all are bound by this one thing that we love, right? Of soccer and supporting, our soccer teams, our local teams. But also just to do it with family and to do it over, Rocket League as well, as soccer, is something special as well. We are going to be joined by Mr. Doughboy, from San Diego. When we get him in here, boom, there he is, the creator of all these beautiful graphics. Can we get some hearts or shout out Doughboy in the chat, please, for that, because they look great. But Mr. Doughboy, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Uh, I'm doing all right. That was definitely a series.
That was a series.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Steel Army is such a good team. That one, we knew was going to be rough going in.
You guys have some new faces to SGL. I think it's Kima and Waffle. Hopefully, I'm saying those correctly. I guess I know. Obviously, we're only 2 weeks in. But talk to me about maybe them and their addition to the team, and how are they fitting into the team? Because obviously, you guys had a lot of mid-season transfers, or additions, I should say, last season on locals, and then it's awesome that you guys are able to split up into 2 teams.
Yeah, it's nice having two teams. They definitely brought in some higher level players in the off season, and we got enough to have a team in each division. Kima joined us midpoint of last season. He's been kind of busy, so I don't remember what he was doing tonight, but he said he couldn't make it tonight. Waffles and Aquatic and I have actually been able to run some games outside of SGL, so we've been getting a feel for each other. Trying to get the chemistry going. We lost our Aquatic and I lost our duck to play with.
Yes, you did. We all love Mr. Mechanical Duck. But I guess, yeah, talk to me about, or I guess in your experience, maybe so far, or maybe just using past experiences too, how long typically does it take for a new player to get acclimated with a new team, right? And especially it's easier with just one person, right? Because you have played with Aquatic, it seems, at least for me, for a while, right? And so now you're adding this new piece. What changes do you make, and what changes do Aquatic make to kind of accommodate Waffle?
Yeah, I suppose Aquatic and I, we joined, season 5 was the first season for the locals. So we've been doing this a little bit. Waffle, and I think, I play in a bigger league as well outside of this, and you see the same phenomenon. People who haven't played that much with other people on comms. And I think Waffle is a little bit in that camp, and is we've been trying to teach him some of the rotational stuff, the kickoff strats, that kind of thing. But he's coming around really well. He's got better with mechs than me coming in, so I think we'll be fine.
Nice, good. Yeah, and I think obviously it was kind of in garbage time at that point in game 3, but scoring just the 2 goals right at the end of game 3 hopefully gives them a little bit of confidence to keep it going, because and this is going to sound stupid, but those last few seconds were the best I'd seen them all series, and so hopefully you can kind of multiply that over the course of a game and then a series too. I guess I wanted to go switch gears a little bit, which even hurts my soul, because your team on the Western Conference in my home turf, and of course I know Dr. Aquatic was very vocal in the Discord, but I'm sure you were watching and all that stuff. I guess talk to me about how that feels, and maybe was there a little bit of a hangover maybe from that going into today's Rocket League game, or what's going on?
Well, from what Aquatic said, he might have literally had a hangover today. I know he and Waffle actually met each other at the watch party. I had to work. I was probably home by then, but I was exhausted. But no, the vibes around here are good. It's definitely a bit unexpected for a first-year team to go in and top the conference. And so, the playoffs, of course, are coming up and could possibly be against your team. That'll be entertaining. Your team has a little work to do in the meantime, I believe.
Yeah, we won't make it, but that's cool.
But no, yeah, like everybody's really happy here. Again, exceeded expectations in season one.
For sure, for sure. And I was obviously I was at the game yesterday, and you guys traveled very, very well. Part of that I thought is just because the fan base in general is very good. But also too, first time being at Providence Park probably played a part of that. I know we send a lot more people when we have like an expansion team like San Diego. We usually the first time, right? You send a little bit more over there, but the atmosphere was good over on that side of the stadium, walking around. But then also we were hanging out after the game. There were I think they had two boxes, suites, for I'm assuming it was management or whoever. But they had champagne bottles and all that stuff, and we're yelling and screaming. So obviously, congrats to you guys. Yeah, should be a fun MLS playoffs. And kind of to wrap it up here, I wanted to ask you one more question about where you think you guys will place this year in the SGL standings. Where do you see yourself fitting in?
Well, I did take a look at the briefly at the preseason podcast, or I guess after week one podcast, where Maz and Devitt were giving their rankings. Both of them had us right in mid-table, right in fourth. And looking at the teams who are in the championship, that's a pretty decent estimation. I think we could even jump up to third. We could push for more, but honestly, between Rebellion and Steel Army, it's going to be hard to push for anybody else to push into that top two.
Okay. All right. No, I think I agree. I think I see a lot of potential in this team, and once you get Waffle more acclimated to the team, I can absolutely see it, because obviously we know what Dr. Aquatic can do. We all know what you and your, I'll call it lovely horse engine can do, right? And so, yeah, I think once you get Waffle more on board, and get that chemistry rolling, yeah, you guys will be tough to stop. Because there were moments in that game too, especially just couldn't quite hold on to that lead at the end. But it was you guys have some moments for sure. So
yeah, no, game two felt really good. I mean, you bring Devitt on that team, and that brings him a little closer to us. But I think we played well, focused more on the defensive end to begin with than we did in game one, and it definitely showed.
Fair enough. Well, Mr. Doughboy, thanks for joining, but we want to give you the floor before we let you bounce. So floor's yours.
As usual, shout outs to you and to Maz and everybody else put this stuff together, and everybody watching. Hope y'all are having a good one.
Perfect. Short and sweet. Love it. Yeah, Doughboy, thanks for joining us in the booth. Appreciate it. I know you said you wanted to avoid us, but we love you and we always want to have you on here. So we appreciate you joining, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, take it easy.
That was Doughboy from San Diego. Yeah, good spirits, Doughboy. He's a legend. Doughboy is absolutely an SGL legend at this point. Not even just for his graphic design, but just for his gameplay and his lovely horse engine. Because I hear it all the time behind me, and I get very, very scared. So, anyway, Maz, what do we got? Do we have some league tables, or maybe let's go to the schedule first, if you have that, or if you have the league table up, whatever. Perfect. Yeah. So we of course just concluded that one there on the right hand side. Steel Army 3-0 winners over San Diego, Frontera, San Diego Azul, their official name there. And of course we do have one more match. We're not unsure when that'll be. That'll be over there on the Premier League side. Sounders RC taking on EM Dallas Burn. I don't know if Maz knows any inklings of when that might be, but we'll see when that will be. And I don't know if we have a league table. Maz, if we have a league table, we can toss that up there. Boom, of course we do. I don't know why I even asked. I should have known the answer to that. But, of course, they're on the right-hand side. Steel Army jumping up to first place with that victory, followed by Rebellion. And, of course, Axe and Rose and EC Defiance, they're tied 1-1 with 4 points. But, of course, season's not over yet. We got plenty of Rocket League left in the season, so very, very excited there. And of course, just a quick look at the Premier side as we almost have all of the matches done there. Of course, that last match is going to be Sounders RC and EM. So Sounders RC with a win could jump up to, what is that, 5th place there or 6th place with a win. So we'll let you know when that gets scheduled. Check the Discord for more details there. But chat, thanks for hanging out. Oh, what did Matt say? All we know is that Monday at any time after 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Got it. So it's potentially going to be tomorrow evening for that last match. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Chat, thanks for hanging out with us. We had a quick match, but a good match nonetheless. Steel Army taking the victory 3-0 over Frontera SD Azul. So that's going to do it from us here at the booth. For Maz behind the scenes, my name is Rydog of Timbers Army. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow night.